there's no reason to have an Xbox. That's a bit of pill to swallow. So as I said, I'm still processing this. I'm on my first morning coffee. But if this is true, I think it's a massive misstep. I think as a fan and a supporter of the brand for 20 years, I put hundreds of thousands of dollars into this brand over time. It does feel like a bit of a betrayal. It really does.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another Xvault Gaming video. Xvault here, and yes, this is your first dose of the daily, or weekly rather, salty batch files, the first one out of the two for the week, and boy, do we have some meltdowns coming this week from the delusional cultists themselves. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, what we're going to do is jump right to the action here essentially, but I do want to do a quick point out in regards to the Xbox Pro consumer community, or whatever they want to call themselves, you know, Gaz and Alex and everybody in between. They are really having some meltdowns with these videos of just pure facts. Apparently I'm not funny enough, apparently they have to go after looks, apparently they have to go after IQ, all because they're very upset that these videos keep happening. They do not like that these videos keep appearing. They do not like that this channel grows. They don't like the facts. They look like buffoons and idiots, but they do have their following, they do have their sheeps, and they can do whatever they want to do. But I do think it's quite hilarious. Just kind of wanted to note that before we begin. Folks don't like the facts, and they just think that I should get down to a 5th grade playground level of someone like, oh no, it's Alex, on that type of humor and stuff like that. I'm just here to present facts. If it happens to be funny, great. Other than that, I think the rest of you are here for the facts and just having a good time and hanging out. That being said, let's get right to it. So Colin Moriarty posts about Sea of Thieves dominating on PSN, which is really bad news if you're someone who doesn't want more Xbox games to come to PS5. The test was a meteoric success and the die is cast. You should expect many more Xbox games on PlayStation 5. That's as obvious as the day is long. This was obviously a post that was made a little while ago and very factual as well, right? But here we have Cold Eastwood, Foot and Mouth. Too bad Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, and Grounded didn't do well on PSN since they are better games. So not only is he trashing Sea of Thieves apparently, he thinks these other ones are better, and quite frankly, they probably are. I did play a lot of Grounded. Not a big fan of that one either. I have not tried Hi-Fi Rush or Pentiment. I did hear those were better, but I have not tried those personally. I do think it's funny that he is that damn salty to trash his own Sea of Thieves. But again, Colt, did you guys support any of those games aside from Game Pass? Did you go above and beyond? Especially those of you that do have probably a pretty good income because of your shilling and lying. I mean, are you supporting these outside of that rental service to help bolster those sales? I think not. And just like Will Not Comply says, cope. That's exactly what he should do. Let's keep going. Colt has to do another one, stating, of course, PlayStation fans have been waiting 18 years for Gears. Probably to go back to what it originally was, and a lot of folks didn't like how it kind of deviated that story a little bit. I get it. But below here, Kill Eagle, why would you not use your platform to push back on this? Why won't Xbox users put up a fight? These sort of ports will kill the console. Cold Eastwood, the superhero that he is, I have been. Plain and simple. Point at the end of the sentence. He has been. Pat yourself on the back, Mr. Cold Eastwood. You've been doing everything you can. Oh, trust me, I'm fully aware that you've been shilling as hard as possible. I understand that. We all see that. We're right on board with you on how you do that. So, yes, Kalegal, he has been. I'm pretty sure you follow the guy. Almost every post is a basic shill experience, but let's keep going here. We're not stopping there. So, Snap Blast Play. This is what's great here. The exuding salt that just pouring from this guy's orifices everywhere. Capcom unfortunately now join the likes of Square Enix on my boycott list. Take care. Yes, because you totally, again, have been buying those games outside of the Game Pass rental ecosystem and subscription service. Is that right? No, you haven't. You have nothing to show for it. You have nothing to state. Simple as that. I don't know what else to say. They're not going to fill your one sale or non-sale that you were going to do anyways. You would be not buying or playing the game unless it was on Game Pass anyway. So who are you kidding? Now, he's in... for a little bit of context here, folks, he's referring to the Marvel vs. Capcom Classics Arcade Edition that has all the, like, X-Men, Children of the Atom. They have X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2, Punisher, stuff like that. All in one collection. This is not coming to the Xbox platform. From what I understand, this is due to possibly the infrastructure of how the Xbox Series S and X run. But again, this isn't even on the Xbox One to even port it to that gen for last gen, so I don't know truly the real reason behind this. It is interesting nonetheless, but it has been making sure that salt flow has been ever so pouring out, right? So let's keep going here. So we have some more examples. Kareem, of course, is back with a beautiful headshot, by the way. I'm glad he got that. You can't shill without a beautiful headshot. This really is the final straw with me on Xbox. I've been very patient as someone who loves the platform. I enjoy the games they are bringing, which are all coming to PC anyway, of course. But why are they letting Game Pass, like Marvel vs. Capcom, skip Xbox? This, in my eyes, is a huge fail on their part to essentially miss out on one of the greatest fighting games, if not the greatest arcade fighting game of all time, to skip the Xbox. Now, I agree, it is one of the top tier arcade fighting experience. Loved the series. Since I've grown up with it, right? Heck, it's a loss to let any Capcom game skip Xbox when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 already had a release on the original Xbox. I am so angry this happened again, and this is Xbox's fault. I mean, we're making a narrative, a novel here, if you will. This doesn't give me confidence in the Xbox platform. If they don't care, why should I? Now, I actually like that he did posts like this, right? Kareem, good job, first of all, but it didn't last, folks. On social media, he's already back not long after having some headbutts, if you will, with other Xbox brethren in his in that cult. He's right back to shilling. So this didn't stop. I'm sure it's a stinger. It didn't stop, but you'd almost think that someone is starting to wake up here a little bit, but unfortunately that didn't happen. It is a huge fail, so I agree there, but I mean, very upset, clearly. I would be too, but what does it take for you to understand that your platform, your preferred platform ecosystem, even if you're shilling for it, what does it take to stop and take a step back and say, what's going on here? And there's more to come on that as time goes on, maybe in a future video, maybe I'll explain at the end here, so we'll see. But, of course, after that, Keith Garlington, he's new to the channel. No Xbox, garbage move at Capcom USA. We don't know who's all involved, Keith. We really don't. All I know is that it's not coming to Xbox as well, but I wouldn't just blame Capcom or Capcom USA. You really need to be asking the figureheads at Xbox Studios and Xbox overall, Microsoft, that sort of thing, and get the questions directly from that source, in my opinion, because they're going to have the deets even more so, and they owe that to the fans, in my opinion here. But, you know, I digress. Let's keep going here. Jez, the greatest non-journalist of all time. Right as Xbox started getting support from Square Enix and Atlas, now Capcom started turning its back. Opinion piece from the non-journalist on WindowsCentral.com, of course. I'm sure his opinion didn't stink, didn't spread misinformation, delusion about, you name it, enter your own risk, if you will. But it is great. It's you know, it is. I mean, and we still don't know how much Square Enix is going to totally support or bring its games to, Xbox. It's just, you know, if a certain community doesn't play enough, if it doesn't sell enough, it's just not going to be supported on that system, guys. It's simple as that. And if it's not supported and it's not truly something you care about, then who cares? Who cares? If that's not what the community wants, and they just want their pew-pew games, what's it matter? I don't understand. But whatever. Now, let's move on to Starboy, of course. Now, he is so much disappointed, much like Doge. He's so much disappointed at Capcom Europe, USA, and their official page, of course. Why not on Xbox? Are you crazy? With a capital C. Are they crazy? Again, you're asking, I think, the wrong people. I don't think it's wrong to necessarily tag them and just to see maybe that can put pressure on somebody for public speaking on Microsoft or within Xbox or something like that to maybe define why. But the fact that they've been silent still at this time of recording of what's going on or why that deal is hitting everywhere, PC, Switch, PlayStation, pretty much everywhere except for Xbox. That is super odd. Again, it could be an infrastructure thing. I don't know, or just how things are working. I think there's more to it than that. But again, how many times are you going to be disappointed? This isn't your first, this isn't your last. I just would certainly question as a shill, as a fanboy into a particular platform or ecosystem and start questioning and getting what I want out of an ecosystem. It's one thing to shill for, spending your time and money into that platform. I get it. But at the same time, you do this to yourselves over and over and over again. I just can't imagine. Shoe on the other foot, the Xbox was getting all these amazing games. Xbox was getting every game that's being ported everywhere, and then PlayStation was the one getting skipped out of my mouth right now. I would not appreciate that either. I would move on. Simple as that. I would move to a platform that gave me the games I wanted. Simple as that. It's not hard to conceptualize, folks. Just put the shilling down, put the fanboyism down, and do what's best for you as a gamer. Simple as that. If that's going to PC, then that's going to PC. I'm not saying you have to go to PlayStation. Go to a platform that's going to suit you and give you the games that you want. Simple. Folks, it's simple. Let's go here real quick to Darius Fears, of course. Good old Darius. He's one of the biggest shills as well. All right, Xbox, it's time to stop having these games skip the platform. It's time for y'all to put your big boy gloves on and just go demon mode on the gaming industry. So he's okay with it. He's burying it down. We got to stop having these games skip. It's time to go demon mode. Take the gloves off, purchase, acquire, make some timed exclusive deals, all this stuff. Throw your money out there because, yes, they've continued to do that and it didn't do anything with Bethesda, ZeniMax, all that stuff, right? Activision Blizzard. One of the biggest acquisitions of all time, and it hasn't done anything. It's progressed, and if they continue to acquire more, it's going to further speed up the process of them being full and mainly third party. You think it's bad right now that other platforms have to wait 1 to 2 years for the first party games to hit their side? Speed this up with more acquisitions, and I guarantee you it's going to be closer to day and date. But you do you, keep shilling, and make sure that you know what they're doing is worth your while. What are you doing here? You know this, but you can't stop yourself from shilling. Just a huge fraud, Darius is. But let's go here. Oh man, 100 here. No Xbox? Cool. They still haven't learned. They haven't. 100, they certainly haven't. And I mean, you guys certainly haven't either if you're still supporting them. I don't know what you're doing. At least have a companion piece of a platform and not put all your chips in one basket with them. They're not going to learn. They want the money. That's how they're going to learn. And by them getting money is them releasing more games of their first-party games on other platforms. Simple as that. Let's finish up with one more here, folks. Seeing Pony's cap for a last-gen fighting game is beyond crazy from, of course, the Gaming Prophet. So now he's downplaying this one big time, right? Downplaying this huge. It's an old game. It doesn't matter to him, right? It doesn't even faze him one bit. One of the greatest fighting game collections of all time. It doesn't faze him because it's an old game. It doesn't matter. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I will tell you right now, that would faze me 110%. Again, shoe on the other foot. And this wasn't coming to PlayStation, it's coming everywhere else, including Xbox, the main competing platform. I would be salty. I would be raged. I'd be very upset. I'd be questioning things, but not the shills. They go hard for it. They go hard for it. But again, be careful who you follow on those things. I mean, you got to read between the lines. You really do. I don't know what else to say to that. It's so bad that some of them at least call it out a little bit, and they revert back to the shilling in the next post or two. And some don't even act like it phases them at all, and it's okay. But I guarantee you, this guy, Gaming Prophet, would be pouring it on if it was the other way around to PlayStation users. Simple as that. Simple as that. But that's the end of the video here, of course. I appreciate y'all sticking around for the entirety of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. Plenty of salt to come throughout the week, of course. I'm just so backed up on salt, it's not even funny. But that being said, thank you. We are getting so close. At this time of recording, we are getting ever so close to the 2,000 sub goal, so thank you again on that. I can't say it enough. I know I say it all the time, but I mean it. I don't say it just to mutter words. I just can't get over how the channel keeps on growing, but everybody's support, it means the world. That being said, of course, definitely leave a like. Would love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Both of those things do help out the algorithm. And then, of course, if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing. That does help out a small content creator like myself. And, of course, just remember, don't be a salty batch. And we'll see y'all next time on the next Xvault Gaming video. And until then, take care.